Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. It is currently 1:24 p.m. Monday morning, December the 15th, 2025 year of our Lord. And I'm just now leaving the house, guys. I haven't done anything yet today. Guys, I had to walk up my steep-ass driveway, man. I'm fat. I'm struggling to catch my breath, man. Whoo! But anyways, guys, haven't done anything yet today. I had to take my daughter, well, my daughter had to take me to the car dealership. She bought a new car this weekend, and she needed me to co-sign for it. She's got really good credit, but she doesn't have enough credit. And so, yeah. Had to go co-sign, had to go take care of that, and that took forever. And then we had to swing by Home Depot real quick. I wanted to see about getting a power pruner at Home Depot. I got one, but it's not the one I wanted. I wanted a rigid power pruner, but none of the Home Depots in my area have them. And I need it today. The reason I wanted a rigid is because I've got a ton of 18 volt rigid batteries. And just about all of my hand tools, my power tools, are rigid. So, you know, just to save on space, you know, that way I ain't got a whole bunch of chargers laying around. I wanted to get a rigid. And, well, they didn't have any rigid power pruners in stock. So, I went with the next best thing and got Milwaukee. And, nothing wrong with the other brands. I don't have anything against Milwaukee. Or, I'm sorry, I don't have anything against Milwaukee or Makita or Ryobi or DeWalt or anything like that. Nothing wrong with those brands at all. It's just that the batteries that I have one Milwaukee battery, and it's an M12 battery. So I do have a battery charger for that, but I went ahead and bought the whole kit, you know, the 2 amp hour battery, the M12. I bought the you know, it's the Milwaukee M12 power pruner. It comes with the M12 2 amp hour battery and the M12 charger. And the reason I went ahead and got the whole thing instead of just a tool only is because I have a 4 amp hour battery. It's the only battery I have from Milwaukee. And so the problem with that is the battery charger blew up. I say blew up. Something happened and started smoking. So yeah, the battery charger didn't work anymore. So because I have the M12 hatchet, and it came with, you know, the charger and the 4 amp hour battery and all that good stuff. So yeah, but I went ahead and bought the Milwaukee brand. I figured, you know, whatever, at least I can get some use out of my other Milwaukee equipment now. And but the grass is frozen, guys, and I didn't get out first thing this morning because it was supposed to be down to 15 degrees today. This morning was supposed to be 15. It got down to 19. That's cold enough for me. And all I was going to do today was prune up some crepe myrtles and rose bushes today, because I just wasn't getting out here, and it was windy this morning too. I'm not getting out here on a mower with that cold ass wind. So yeah. But anyway, I'm headed to the first one right now. So I think she's got 4 or either 5 crepe myrtles that's got to be pruned back. I do those for her every year, and I normally do it with pruning shears. It normally takes me about an hour and a half to do all 5 of them. With pruning shears, they're small, you know. Once I prune them back, I think they're like 7.5, 8 feet tall once I get them all pruned back. And shouldn't take long at all. I'm gonna try to get y'all set up and get some footage, set y'all up on a time lapse, and once I'm done, I'll show you how well this thing works. I haven't used it yet. Haven't even you know, I took it out the box and made sure the battery was I didn't get a full charge on it. You know, it's got 4 lines on it. It's showing that it's fully charged, but the battery charger didn't show that it was full charged yet. So I don't know if it's going to last the whole job, but if it doesn't, it's fine. I've got my hand pruners in there. You know, I've got my loppers, and I've got my pruning shears as well. And don't really need loppers for the trees I'm about to prune back, but it is what it is, man. I've got all that in case I need it. But anyways, I will cut y'all back on here in a few minutes. Y'all be blessed. All right, guys, there it is. You probably saw me go through there rubbing each individual limb or stalk, branch, trunk, whatever you want to call it, with my hands. And that was just to knock those little hairy branches off. I like to make it look as clean as possible. But that's it, guys. We did 4 crepe myrtles. Did 4 crepe myrtles in about 30 minutes, guys. You can't beat that. It's actually a little less than 30 minutes. I like this little machine. I'll turn y'all back on the truck. All right, guys, I'm back in the truck now. What y'all think about that, man? That little Milwaukee power pruner thing that I bought, the M12 power pruner by Milwaukee Tools. Do a quick review of this thing, initial review. I didn't do an unboxing or anything. Y'all saw it work right there. This is the machine right here. It is a Milwaukee M12 power pruner. It's brushless. As you see right there, the battery is a removable battery. You can run the 4 amp hour battery in there, or you can run a 2 amp hour battery in there. I have both, but the machine came with came with the 2 amp battery. If you look right here on the machine, let's see. You see that right there? There's 3 bars lit up. That means it's got 3/4 of a charge. Did all that on 1/4 of a charge, guys. That's pretty good. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was only about, a little less than 30 minutes worth of work. And has a guard right there. You can take that guard off. Just simply pull it off like that. It's open right now. It goes up to 1.25 inches, but I actually cut some right there that were about 1.75 inches. I don't know if y'all saw that or not. You know, you had to cut it twice, but still, it got the job done. You put your finger in there, it's taking it off, man. So don't put your fingers in there. Anything you can get in those jaws right there is getting cut. There ain't no way around it. That's got the, like I said, it's got the 2 amp battery in there. I would imagine that with the 4 amp battery, it's probably gonna run longer, and it might give it some more power too. I don't know how that kind of stuff works. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. You got those 3 buttons, or those 2 buttons right there. You got the power button that's lit up with the green circle around it, and then you got a mode button right there that allows you to open it up all the way. And you see how far it is right there. That's 1.25 inches. And then you hit that mode button and it goes to halfway. And when you close it, it opens back up to 5/8 of an inch. So pretty cool, man, especially if you got some of those smaller, like little rose bushes, things like that. You know, it's less battery life you're gonna use if you only use the halfway mode. But on the crepe myrtles, you know, I prefer to leave it wide open. And a lot of times when you leave it wide open like that, you can cut 3 or 4 branches off in one cut. And that's where a lot of the power saving, or that's where a lot of the time saving comes in, when you can cut 2 or 3 branches at one time. But in order to close this back, you simply mash that safety trigger, you mash the power button, it's closed. You hold the power button, okay? Hold it down, mash power, you see it's turned off, and that leaves it closed. That way you can take your guard right here and just stick your guard back on there, man. Out the door at my local Home Depot, out the door, it was $260. It's 260 something. It was 260, 270, somewhere around in there. Between those 2 numbers, just remember that. 260, 270 out the door. And that came with the tool, the 1 2 amp hour battery, and a charger for it as well. And which, that's the reason I bought it, because it came with the charger. I didn't need a battery. I've got 1 battery at the house. You know, it's always good to have more batteries, but now I've got 2 batteries, a 2 amp hour and a 4 amp hour battery. But I needed a charger, man. My charger, I have the Milwaukee M12 fuel hatchet, and that's the little power, little handheld chainsaw. It's actually in the back of the truck right now. I brought it along in case I needed it. But yeah, man, it's a good little piece of equipment. That saved me an hour right there. I'm not gonna lie. That job right there takes me about an hour and a half every time I do it, because I normally do every bit of that right there with pruning shears, the little handheld pruning shears. And it saved me time, and it also saved my hands. Saved me from wearing out my hands, man. But and also other things too, man. Some I had a guy the other day come up to me on the street and ask me what type of bag that was I'm using. I don't know if y'all paid attention to that or not, guys. That bag I had, I actually just bought those. I went to Lowe's the other day and bought 3 of them. Those are they're called FIBC bags. You can buy them at Lowe's or Home Depot for 20 bucks a piece. And I bought those mainly for the walker. I can just slip it up on the hopper on the walker, open that thing up, and dump that whole thing in there, and just toss that bag in the back of the truck. Now, granted, you can only dump that hopper in there one time before you throw it in the back of the truck, because if you keep dumping it in there, you're not gonna be able to pick it up. So, yeah, it'll probably hold 3 hoppers full of stuff, or at least 2. I know it'll hold 2 hoppers full, but I only fill them up once. I've got 8 of them all together. I bought 3 at Home Depot the other day for 64 bucks out the door, and I actually went on Amazon and bought 5 of them for 96 bucks shipped to my house, and that was after shipping, taxes, and everything. So if you guys are interested in those bags, they do come in handy. I mean, you saw I slipped all those crepe myrtle limbs in there. I normally throw them on a tarp and just drag the tarp out to the truck, but I don't have the tarp with me today, so I just grabbed one of those bags. I forgot to put the tarp in the truck, which is fine. Hey, that's fine. Threw all that in that bag, drug it out there, and just set it on the trailer. And once I get to my next one, all I'm doing is trimming up 1 rose bush. That's it. And actually, it's either 1 or 2 rose bushes. I can't remember. And they're very small too. So, but yeah, if you're interested in those bags, that's what they are. They're called FIBC bags. You can buy them bigger, you can buy them smaller. It really just depends on what size you need. I want to say those ones I got right there are 35 inches tall by 35 inch. They're a 35 inch cube is what they are, meaning each side is 35 inches long on there. So but yeah, they're good bags. I like them. They worked for me the other week. Last week was the last time I used them. Another landscaper in the market come up to me and asked me what they were. I've seen them before, I've seen them other people use them, but a buddy of mine that does this, he actually gave me the idea to use those for the walker. Really good idea, because it's going to save me time instead of using those dump bins that I have to empty out the walker. But yeah, man, I'll cut y'all back on here in a little bit on the next clip. Till then, y'all be blessed, man. All right, guys, I wanted to show y'all real quick. There's a rose bush right there. And you had a bunch of elephant ears right here, this whole little circle. You had that crepe myrtle right there, and let me get out of this sun, guys. My apologies. Had that crepe myrtle right there, and on this side of that crepe myrtle, all of that was lantanas. Then you had that rose bush and that rose bush. And then I cleaned up a little bit around the base of this tree right here. And so far I've got 2 full bags. And guys, I think when I was showing you that first rose bush, you might have caught a glimpse of some blood. I do apologize for that if y'all have a weak stomach. It's not much blood, but just a reminder, guys, wear gloves when you're working, man. If you got especially if you're cutting rose bushes and things like that, man, wear gloves. Don't be stupid. I ripped my gloves up on that, not the first house in that first clip, but the second one I did. It was just 1 rose bush, and I cleaned up the base of a tree. And it was a pretty thick thorns on that rose bush, and I cut my finger on it right there where the fingernail meets the skin. It got me. As a matter of fact, it's still bleeding right now. It's running down my finger onto the back of my hand. But it is what it is. But you saw that, guys. I've got 2 of those bags full of limbs and rose bush trimmings and just lantanas and elephant ears, guys. You've seen all that, and I've only been working for an hour and a half, guys. I've been working for an hour and a half. I've got 3 done, 3 properties, that is, and that's it. But yeah, man, I'm impressed with this Milwaukee power pruner. It gets the job done, guys. I should have bought this sooner, but you know me, guys. I'm a cheapskate. I don't like spending money on stuff unless I absolutely have to. But I wanted to give it a shot today, man. What was it? I had to, like I said, I had stuff to do this morning. I didn't get back to the house until around 1 o'clock this afternoon, and ate my lunch. And it is currently 3:19. I've done 3 properties. Normally, it would take me about 2.5 hours to do what I did today. So I actually 2.5, 3 hours. Yeah, probably 2.5, 3 hours. So I actually saved myself about an hour and a half today, and in 3 properties. So I'm thankful for that, man. I really am. And like I said, it cost somewhere between $260 and $270 out the door for the entire kit. You can buy the tool only for $199, and those bags that you saw in the earlier clip, you can buy them fairly cheap. You can probably get them cheaper than what I got these for, man. You could probably go to Lowe's or Home Depot, or you could probably go to some construction sites and talk to some of those guys whenever they're pouring gravel and things like that. You know, because that's what they use this stuff for, those bags for. That's the ones you go to Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever, and they use the forklift to pick up bags of rocks and set them in the bed of your truck or on your trailer or whatever. So you probably talk to some of those guys and get them for free if you know somebody that does construction. And but yeah, it's well worth it. Now, when I'm doing limbs and things like that, I would rather use a tarp, but I didn't have the tarp with me today, so I just used what I had. No big deal, right? But yeah, man, that's all I'm gonna do today. I've got a couple things left that I could do today, but that's all I'm gonna do today, man. I don't want to get complacent in what I'm doing. Tomorrow I will be working from tomorrow until Friday, and then I will also have Monday as well next week. If I have to, I can work Tuesday, but I'm trying not to work Tuesday. I'm trying not to work past Monday next week. I'd like to be able to go hang out with my boys and go kill some ducks Tuesday before Christmas Eve, before all the hustle and bustle of that comes about. But yeah, man, super impressed about that power pruner. It has saved me a lot of time, and it's also saved my hands. But yeah, y'all check it out, man, over at Home Depot, Milwaukee. You could probably buy them at Ace Hardware or Northern Tool as well. But hey, man, I'll probably get back on here one more time today. Until then, y'all be blessed, man. See you. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back on here. It's 3:51 p.m. Got backed up in the driveway here a few minutes ago. I just realized that two things really. I just realized that I didn't get any more footage other than what I did trimming those first crepe myrtles in those pruning back those crepe myrtles. And then also when I was doing the time lapse on me pruning those crepe myrtles back, you could only see the first 2, and I do apologize for that, guys. I'm new to all this footage stuff, man. I'm still learning, trying to get the hang of it, just trying to learn as I go. And I don't know. I do like doing the footage stuff. I don't know if it's something I'm going to continue with or not, because like I said, I'm a solo operator, and once I get started during the growing season, which we've got about 2 months before the growing season starts, and once that rolls back around, man, I don't know that I'm gonna have enough time to set up a camera. Now, once I get a GoPro and I can use a head strap or a chest rig or something like that, then I might be able to get you a little more footage. But as of right now, I'm not sure that it's going to be something that I continue with. But anyways, guys, all I did today was just those 3. I've got 2 bags full. I really just wanted to use this power pruner as much as I could. I wanted to try to drain the battery completely. Didn't completely drain it. It came half charged, and I put it on charge while I was eating my lunch. You know, I ate 2 quesadillas for lunch, and however long that takes, you know, 25, 30 minutes, however long. And came back outside, and it said it was fully, you know, the charger itself wasn't showing that it was fully charged. You know, it still had a little bit left to go. And then but when I plugged it into the pruner, the battery that is, when I plugged the battery into the pruner, it still said it had it was fully charged. So it was showing 4 bars on there. But But yeah, it was less than a full charge, a little bit less. I say probably about a 3/4 of a charge. And I used probably less than a quarter of a charge pruning those crepe myrtles on those first 4 crepe myrtles that I did on that first property. Used less than a quarter of a charge on that. Now granted, that only took me 25-30 minutes, somewhere around in there. And then the next property, I trimmed up 1 rose bush, and then I trimmed up everything in the front yard on that third property that needed to be pruned back. And then the next time I go over there, I'll prune back everything in the backyard. And I do that way because these customers are paying me to come out bi-weekly and weekly every single year. I've got 2 more that are like that, and all year long they're paying me to come out weekly and bi-weekly. So I want to make sure I have something to do when I do get out there. I don't want them to think that I'm just out there twiddling my thumbs, wasting their money. So, but yeah, I'm impressed with it, man. It saved me a lot of time. Like I said, only did those 3, and it took me an hour and a half to do those 3. And usually it takes me about 3 hours to do those 3 properties when I do what I did, because that second property, I did more than a bush. They have 2 trees in the front yard. I cleaned up around the base of those trees, about 6 foot high. All the little smaller limbs that were coming out, from where I pruned the, cut limbs back over the years, lifting up the canopy and everything. Eventually those, you start getting shoots off of the trunk of the tree from where the tree is healing itself. And so I cut all those back, all those little sucker branches is what I call them. And but yeah, man, I'm highly impressed with it. It's still halfway charged. I'm gonna take it out whenever I get off this today, and I'm gonna put it on charge and just let it charge overnight. There are some more things I'm gonna prune back tomorrow, but I'm also gonna be doing leaf cleanups tomorrow as well. Don't know if I'm going to get any footage or not. I'll try. We'll see what happens on that. But I plan on working from 8 a.m. till sundown tomorrow, and plan on doing that every day from here on out the rest of this week, because I just simply don't want to work. I don't want to work Monday. I want to be done with every single thing I have by Friday night. But it's supposed to rain Thursday. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that tonight or this. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to get everything. I'm sorry, guys. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to get everything done this week or not. My wife and my youngest daughter kind of threw a monkey wrench in my plans. My wife took my daughter to buy a car, and she had to have some help with that, and I had to go help her with that today. So yeah, kind of threw a wrench in my plans, man. But it's all good, I've got until Tuesday night to get everything done, and I definitely don't want to work Tuesday, but I will if I got to. And I did submit the quote for that tree job over at the dentist office. I know in that video I said I was dropping that customer at the end of the year. I'm gonna tell you why. You know what? I'll save that for a different video, because that's gonna be a long story. But yeah, man. What do you guys think about the power pruner? If you have one, give me your thoughts on it down below. Yeah, it does seem like a lot of money, close to $300 for a machine that all you're doing is using it a couple times a year. But here's the thing, guys. People call me for other jobs as well, to come out and prune their crepe myrtles or whatever it may be. And guys, that first job, I saved myself an hour. So if I can go out and prune 1 crepe myrtle the size, crepe myrtles that are twice the size of what I trimmed today, for $110 a piece, and it only take me 30 or 45 minutes to do it, guys, you can't beat that. You can't beat that at all. So yeah, that $260, $270 is well worth it. And plus, if I was to start first thing in the morning this morning, I could have got every crepe myrtle and rose bush and any pruning for the year that needed to be done. I could have got it all done today and still had time to go do some leaf cleanups as well. But yeah, man, I think it's well worth the money. For me, some of you might think different, and that's fine. Everybody's in a different situation. But if you have one, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think about it. And also, let me know what you think about the M12 hatchet. I have one of those. I actually bought that before I started my business, and used it for some things around the house, and I implemented that into my business. I think it was the very first job I ever did, pruning back crepe myrtles. It came in very handy on that. And so yeah, but y'all let me know down below, and I'll probably see y'all again before Christmas. But hey, man, it's the beginning of the week. Got to get back in the groove, man. It's Monday, and it's a cold Monday too. But hey, I'll catch y'all on the next video, man. But look, till then, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. Holla at y'all. Bye.